In this video, I'm going to show you what it's actually like to launch and test a product using Facebook ads. So a lot of people talk about Facebook ad strategies and how to find winning products, but no one actually shows you the real day-by-day results of launching a new product and all of the numbers you need to look out for that's going to tell you whether your ads or your products are good or not. And in this video, I'm going to show you an actual campaign that I launched recently, which is going to give you a better idea on what a potential winning product looks like. And after I go through all the results, I'm even going to talk about how I found the product, how I sourced it using an app called Zendrop, how I built the store, how I created the ads, and just a few more tips on how I'm going to take this product from the testing phase and start scaling it from there. So let's get straight into it. All right, so let me start this video off by showing you my actual results of a campaign that I recently launched. And before I run through all the numbers, let me quickly explain how I have this campaign structured. So with every product I launch, I always create a brand new campaign, and I will typically set the starting budget at $50 per day. Inside of this campaign is going to be one single ad set with broad targeting, meaning I'm not choosing any interests, I'm not targeting age ranges or genders, I'm just letting Facebook find the audience for me. And inside of this ad set is all of the variations of my ads, and I did this in the form of a flexible ad. And a flexible ad is just this option that you can choose here, which allows you to choose all of your variations of your ads at once. And then Facebook is automatically going to rotate between all of these variations for you and show you all of your data in one single view. Now, the reason I did this is because it allows me to test variations much quicker, and I don't really care about looking at the minuscule data of every single one of my variations. And this is because all of my ads are pretty much 99% the same, but I only change the first 1 to 2 seconds of the hook. Now, if you are testing completely different ad variations from one another, then you can go ahead and attach your ads the usual way, and you don't have to go with the flexible ad format. All right, so now let's take a look at all of the numbers that we saw on the first day of launching this campaign. So the two columns that tells me that my ads are actually good is going to be my cost per clicks and my CPM. Anytime I see cost per clicks of around $1.50 or lower than $1, this tells me that my ads are pretty good. And then if I see a starting CPM of around $50 or less, this means that the algorithm actually perceives my ads as somewhat good quality and is actually rewarding me for presenting fresh content to the users on the Facebook platform. Now, typically, anytime you see a cost per click of like $3 to $4 or more and a CPM of like $100 plus, then this is going to be a key indicator that your ads are not good and you're going to need to test better variations. And one of the strongest indicators that's going to tell me that I have a potential winning product is if I can manage to get a purchase within the very first day of testing. Now, keep in mind that getting a purchase on your first day is not something that's always going to happen, but it's a trend that I've seen with almost 99% of every winning product I've ever scaled. So because these numbers look good, I obviously let the campaign run for the next day, and we could see that the cost per clicks were still looking good, but the CPM dropped down from $30 down to $23, which is telling me that Facebook is actually rewarding me with having good quality creatives and charging me less to show my ads to their users. And then we also managed to get another purchase, which again is a really great sign. And then if we take a look at day 3, we can see that Facebook is clearly optimizing a lot better, as our cost per clicks are now down to 70 cents. Our CPM is still good at $23, and we also managed to get another purchase. So if we take a look at all 3 of these days combined, this is a clear example of what a good product test looks like. And this is because we're getting really good cost per clicks, which is telling us that our ads are good, and we're also getting a few sales, which is telling us that our product is also potentially good. And then from here, I just let the campaign run for another 3 days, and we can see that the cost per clicks still remained really good. The CPMs got even lower. I ended up getting 9 more purchases within the next 3 days, giving me a profitable return on ad spend of 2.34. And in case you don't know what a profitable return on ad spend is, you could just use my ROAS calculator in my description down below, enter in your selling price, and then put how much it costs from your supplier, and this is going to give you your break-even ROAS number. So simply put, anything above this number is going to tell you that you're profitable, and anything below this number is going to tell you that you're not profitable. And there you have it. These are the results of a product that I recently launched, which is definitely looking like a winning product. And now let me actually walk you through the entire process of how I found it, how I sourced it, how I built the store, and how I created the ads. So the way I found this product was by using the TikTok burner method. And in case you don't know what that is, that's basically where you set up a brand new TikTok account. You search up hashtags like TikTok made me buy it, Amazon finds, and with all of the videos that you see, you just want to like them, comment on them, and then save the videos. And you're essentially training the algorithm to start showing you more videos related to people doing product reviews, unboxings, and things like that. Now, the thing about this method is that it's not something where you're going to find a winning product instantly. This is simply a method that's going to work over the long term. And whenever you have like 10 to 20 minutes to spare per day, you just want to log into that account, Keep scrolling on your feed until you eventually run into a video that's going viral for a specific product. And more specifically, you want to be looking for a video that's being posted by a real person and not a dropshipper. So in my case, I ran into a video from an actual person who ordered a product from Amazon and was simply showing the results of the product. And this product in particular had a really strong wow factor. And this is typically the products that I always like to look for, especially as we are near Q4, because this makes marketing so much easier, and it's also very easy for beginners with little to no marketing experience, because all you need to do is whip out your iPhone, record the results of the product, and that is pretty much all you need to do. Now, the reason I was so confident that this product was going to work was by simply looking at the engagement of that video I ran across. So the video I saw had millions of views, and when I clicked on the comments, there was a ton of people saying, "Oh my God, where can I buy this? Take my money right now." And whenever I see really good engagement like that, this is usually all of the proof that I need that's going to tell me that this is going to be a potential winning product. And because this video is going viral on TikTok, chances are if I take it over to Facebook, I'm now going to open up a new blue ocean for myself and show it to a bunch of people on that platform that have never seen those videos on TikTok. So after I found the product, the next thing I needed to do was source that product properly from China. So let's assume I found a video on TikTok going viral for this snake iPhone case. So what I'll typically do is search up keywords of the product that I found on AliExpress until I find an actual product listing that I can look at. And I'm just going to use this snake iPhone case as an example. Once I get to the product listing, I'm going to take that URL. Then I'm going to take it over to an app called Zendrop, use their request a product feature. This way I can request them to source the highest quality version of my product. And they are able to do this because they go directly to the manufacturer in China to source that product, rather than all of the other fulfillment solutions that use middlemen, which will usually have lower quality versions of the product. And in case you didn't know how AliExpress works, is that pretty much every seller on this platform is usually a middleman, and wherever they're getting these products from are not usually from the source and from the actual manufacturer in China. And another issue of AliExpress is that most of these sellers have really bad ratings. As you can see, they have really bad ratings for selling items as described. They have terrible communication and they have slow shipping speeds. So if I was to use this seller to dropship this exact iPhone case, I would probably get a lot of complaints from my customers because the product will be really low quality and it will take them forever to receive those products. Not only that, but this supplier is selling this product for $4.88, but they're also charging $4.89 for shipping, which brings the total cost of this item to almost $10. Whereas on Zendrop, I'm able to source this for a total of $7.78 to the US, while also knowing that the quality is going to be good. And I'll also have the peace of mind that they will be able to help me in case I have any issues with the items. So for example, if a package gets lost or the item arrives defective, then they'll send out a replacement for free. So if you're not already using Zendrop to fulfill all of your products, I highly recommend doing so. And you can sign up for a free trial using my link down below, and you'll get a free $39 to fulfill your first few orders. And on top of that, you're gonna get access to their list of trending products that they upload every single week. And you also have access to Zendrop Academy, which literally has a free course about dropshipping. Get your store audited and get any of your questions answered. It's overall a really great solution that any beginner dropshipper should definitely take advantage of. So once I sourced my product, the next thing I needed to do was build out my store. So the way I like to test my products is under a general store. And a general store is something that can look like this, where we just have a really random sounding brand name. And I literally created this logo in like 5 seconds using Canva. But the key with this store is to just allow us to test any product of any niche. This way we don't have to waste our time building out a completely new store for every single product that we test. Because as you can see, the homepage that I have here doesn't really look like the best, but it doesn't really matter, because what you need to understand is that once we start running ads, we're not going to be directing people to our homepage. So let's say if the product that I actually wanted to test were these magnetic insoles, then I could go ahead and put the additional effort and design a product page with all of these different sections to explain the features and benefits of my product, have some reviews, and also have some FAQ questions at the bottom. This is literally the approach that I would take with any product that I import into this store. And once I start launching ads on Facebook directing to that product page and we start getting good results like I showed you in the beginning of this video, then what I'll do from here is completely rebrand this general store and I'll turn it into a one product store. And I could call it something like magnainsoles.com or something like that, and then make sure I adjust all of the color schemes to match the actual product that I'm selling. So as a reminder, I use the general store approach to allow me to test any product that I want while saving myself a ton of time. And by the way, if you want to know how I build out product pages like this with all of these different sections and then ultimately turn them into a more branded store similar to this, then make sure to watch my video here that shows you the complete process and the exact AI store builder that I've been using to test all of my products. So after I built out my store, the next thing I needed to do was create the ads that I can actually launch in my Facebook ad campaign. So because I found that product from a TikTok video that was going viral and I don't physically have that product in my hand just yet, then we just need to be a little little bit resourceful on how we can create our own ads even if we don't have it. So the first area I like to look for in order to gather some footage that I can use for my ads is to look up as many listings of that product on AliExpress, because you're gonna notice a lot of these listings have videos where we could potentially use as content for our ads. And these videos that we're seeing here are usually shot from the Chinese factories themselves, so this is typically okay to use, especially in the testing phase. And then I'll go to a website called 1688.com, which is actually a website in China where all of the factories list the products that they're selling. And because these are the factories themselves, they're usually going to have really good content that we can work with. So at the very top, we're going to use their image search function. And then I'm just going to upload the screenshot that I took earlier. And now we have access to all of these different listings that are selling the exact same product. And all we have to do is just click on all of these listings one by one. And the goal is to also use more videos taken from the factory that we can also potentially use for our ads. And as a quick tip, you can also do the same thing on Alibaba.com. Do a quick image search and you're going to have a ton of listings, which might contain a ton of different videos that you can also use. And then once I gathered all of the content that I needed, I then needed to find some inspiration on how to create my ads. And the best way of getting inspiration is by simply looking at other brands on my Facebook feed or even TikTok, and then just pay attention to the hook that they're using and then the exact script that they're using in the video as well. And let's say I wanted to make a video with the exact same script style, but for my own product. What I could do is just take the exact link of this Facebook ad, go to this website called fdown.net, paste in that link so that I can download the video. Once the video is downloaded, I'll go to this website called riverside.com so that I can upload that video. And then I can download the complete transcription of everything that was said in that ad. And then we could just paste that script over to my GPT, which will literally copy that exact script, but model it for your own product. I'll leave it in the description below so that you can get it for free. And then once you have a script that you're satisfied with, you can go ahead and copy that final script, then use a platform like 11 Labs, which is going to help you create a realistic AI voiceover that narrates your entire script. And then ultimately you can piece everything together using a free video editor like CapCut, where you could just attach all of the content that you found using the methods that I explained, and then make sure that all of the footage is matching certain parts of the script that we uploaded from 11 Labs. Now, in the event that you're not able to find specific pieces of footage that you need to complete your ad, one thing that you may have not noticed is that a lot of the visuals that you're seeing here in this video was actually all created by AI. And I mean that we can literally take still images that look like this and animate those images to do anything that we want, such as pressing the hand on the product or even getting people to sit on the product as well. And because we don't have the product physically in our hand, using a combination of content that we find from the Chinese factories plus creating additional scenes with AI is going to be the most effective and resourceful thing that you can be doing to test all of your products. If you want to get a more in-depth approach on how I created this entire ad that you're seeing here with AI, then make sure to watch my video up here. So everything that I just explained was my exact process on how I launched this product that is now getting good results. And the next steps that I'm going to take with this product is to first continue to increase the budget of my campaign by 20% every 1 to 2 days. And at the same time, I'm also going to order that product directly to my home so that I could film more content and double down on the angles and the creative concepts that were originally working for me. And another thing I'm also going to do is reach out to micro influencers on Instagram who create content in a similar niche as the product that I am selling, and also offer to send my product with some upfront cash in exchange for some content that I can also use for my ads as well. And because I tested this product on my general store, I'm going to do exactly what I mentioned in the store building part of this video, where I will then transition my general store into a one product brand revolved just around this product. This way I can actually start building a brand around this product, because the last thing that I want to do is just scale my product on a general store, which is going to have almost no exit value whatsoever. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the end of this video. I hope you did find it helpful. If you did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to this channel, as I'm going to continue to make videos just like this. And also follow me on Twitter, as I'm always sharing some tips from time to time on everything that I'm doing with my stores. And with all that being said, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.